G'day watchers, welcome to Perth Watch, your horology channel broadcasting from right here in Perth, Western Australia. This is a collaboration with Merkur watch company. Unfortunately, it comes in this generic carry case, this leather case, has no brand. Spinability, I guess it's about 3 out of 5. I don't want to spin it too hard in case this stuff falls out here. This leather carry case. Whoop. Now it opens up, and I guess it's pretty handy because there is a second place here to carry a watch. Just quickly showing you, they give a spring bar, which is spring bar tool, which is interesting because this watch actually has quick release bars. But anyway, spring bar tool and cleaning cloth, just to prove that it is indeed from Merkur, because there is no other marking here, you know. And this is a bit curious as well because, you know, there is a generic instruction manual here, including in Chinese, and then they give a Merkur watch group manual, which is again also generic, and you know, lots of different movements that they cover in different languages. In case you lose one, maybe, you know, I don't know why they have two different ones. A backup maybe in case you lose one of them. All right, just going to take that out and just show the watch to you guys now in closer details. So guys, this is the Pierre Paulin jumping hour automatic watch under the Merkur watch group. I think, yeah, it does actually say Merkur watch group there. So, you know, there is at least some marking there, but you know, the sub brand here is Pierre Paulin, just to kind of make you think it is French, but of course it is not. Now this comes in a couple of colors. I think there's a salmon dial. I think that's all that's available now on the website. And the listing is 129 USD, but I've seen this for sale for under 100. And at that price, this is, I reckon, stonking value for what it is giving you. So guys, first up, as usual, let's talk about the movement. This is the ST17, and I believe I have not actually covered this particular movement. It is a 21,600 beats per hour type of speed. Now, in my research, it comes in various variations of jewel count, including 20, 25, and even up to 28. I have no idea what's in here. They do not stipulate, but that's the range that the ST17 comes in. About 40-hour power reserve is what this performs. It doesn't hack. You can actually back-wind hack it, of course, in a low wind-up state, but once you wind it up fully, you can't backward hack it. So it's a non-hacking watch. It does have manual winding and zero position. Of course, it has the small seconds that you can see moving away there at the 6 o'clock position sub-dial, and it does have, in this case, the jumping hour modification with the hour being showed at that little window at the 12 o'clock position here, which is pretty darn cool. Now, rated accuracy, I haven't been able to find any information on this, but in use, this has been running pretty well, about plus 12 seconds per day, which is well within, you know, tolerances for most types of movements. Okay, so before I move on to the case dimensions, I'm just going to quickly show you how this functions in case you are not familiar. So you can actually just pull it out. It winds in the zero position, and then it goes to the adjustment here, and you can see that 10 there, all right, in the window, and you can see that's jumped to 11. Let's do that again. 12. Okay, it does actually go back as well. Okay, so you can actually go back in time, so to speak. So it doesn't just have to go forward. Right, pretty cool. That's the jumping hour mechanism there. Now, case-wise, the dimensions are, you know, down the bottom there. I'll just put it down for you guys to see. Rotate it on the side for you guys to see the thickness. Now, the thickness is mostly broken up, but a substantial portion is taken up by that lovely box sapphire crystal. Actually, let me test that. I don't know whether it's sapphire, so I will put an addenda here as to exactly what that crystal is, because I haven't quite tested it yet. Okay, so that's how it looks like. The dimensions I'm going to put down the bottom of the screen for you guys here. In terms of finishing, right, it's got circular brushing on the top of the surface, right, top surface here, including the bezel, the top surface of the lugs, also circular brushing on the entire bottom, including that case back. longitudinal brushing on the side. And you can see it's got, I guess, some overkill here, right? It's got drill lugs, right? And it's also got quick release bars on this strap. So, it really feels like they have just slapped this together from a shelf, just kind of picked cases and slapped this together here. In terms of the actual case back, right, you're getting a solid screw down case back here. You're getting a push crown, right? That's just a push crown, pretty nice size for winding, and it's got a sign there, the M for Merkur. Overall, the water rating is only 50 meters, which is okay. This is a dress style watch. I don't mind that they've only rated this as 50 meters. I certainly would not take this underwater with a leather strap anyway. Okay, moving on to the dial. So, guys, what we have here is, I call this a satin silver dial. This is, to me, a satin silver dial. It's got multi-components here. It's got a radial brush finishing here, kind of a sunburst finishing, in the middle portion. It's got a texture there, radial texture, and it's got a sunburst for the small dial there. It's got brushed elements. It's got a raised brand kind of segment there, as well as, a bit of raised elements for the hour window. It's got printed details all around, including the chapter ring in the periphery, as well as a brand that's all printed. Hand-wise, those hands are what I call breguet hands. I think most people will call those breguet hands. They do have a blue treatment. I suspect it's not, kind of furnace blued, but it does have that blue look to it. In terms of lume, this dress style watch does not have any lume whatsoever. I think that's okay. I think it would be nice, of course, to have lume, but with this breguet style hand and this formal dress look, it's okay to me not to have any lume. Right, moving on from that then. So on top of that, I've already shown you this a little bit. This box sapphire crystal or box crystal, it's absolutely gorgeous. Just the way it reflects the light, how it gives that distortion. This is how to do a nice box crystal. Some people might prefer it slightly thinner than that, but I like the amount of character that this crystal gives here. Right, strap-wise, nothing to write home about. It's just a simple stitch textured leather with polished buckle. I'm not going to spend any more time on this, apart to say that this is a bit crappy. This keep here is a bit too loose. It should be tighter than that. Okay, that's the entire description, guys. Let's put on the wrist now for a wrist shot for you guys. And there we have it, the Pierre Paulin jumping hour automatic on my 17cm wrist. Just remember, lug to lug distance, fairly modest at 46.5, right? And thickness is 13 millimeters. Now, one thing I will say is I'm rather annoyed that they don't give accurate information as to the dimensions on the website. I have no idea why they wouldn't. Just get it right, guys. Don't put fake dimensions on your website. Okay, so pros and cons, right? What have I really enjoyed about this watch? I think overall, it's a super budget price jump hour automatic watch, right? Is there another one like this? Probably, but look, they don't come around that frequently. I haven't seen a jumping hour watch before. This is the first, I believe, I've ever done. And it's been a very interesting experience. I have enjoyed having a jumping hour type of movement, type of display here. I think it's got a nicely tooled dial, right? The dial's pretty well done, right? Nice choice of hands, and it pretty much stops there. They pretty much spent all their time on the dial and the crystal. And the crystal is gorgeous. I'll say again, the crystal is very nicely done. I really like that. Probably the best part of the watch. And then you're getting a seagull movement. Assuming that this is a real seagull, I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt, right? Those are the positives. So overall, this has a pretty high value proposition for anyone wanting to try a jumping hour watch, especially if you can get this under $100. It's pretty damn good value. Weaknesses, well, I think the good stuff stops at the front, right? The case feels pretty OEM, right? Those lugs really should be able to turn down a bit more, I think, to make this a little bit better. Otherwise, it doesn't look like this case fits this watch otherwise, like in terms of design choices. I would have done this bezel a little bit more rounded, maybe some polish finishing, but hey, look, I think this is just off the shelf, and I would say that this strap is the same thing. This looks like it's just been slapped on, but hey, a lot of you guys would probably just swap on a better quality strap than the crappy one they have given here. So guys, there you have it. That's my review of this Pierre Paulin jumping hour automatic. Pretty interesting stuff. First jumping hour watch I have had. Let me know what you think below. I look forward to hearing the comments from all you guys. As usual, thank you for sticking with me, and I'll catch you guys next time.